Yoga, I started about 15 years ago, and I was traveling and driving 3,000 miles a month at my job, and I was having a lot of physical issues from the driving, between tight hips and neck and shoulder problems. So I kind of started my fitness routine because I was falling apart at a very early age, and then yoga became part of it. I noticed that once I started practicing regularly, that not only did I physically feel better, I started to mentally feel better. It was such a profound change in my life, and became such a part of who I was, that it just seemed like the best thing I could do would be to share it with people. I didn't know if I would teach or not. I did it for me, just to go deeper into my practice and to my study and integrate it more in my life. And then once I did, it just was the next progression. It just kind of happened on its own. My children inspire me immensely. Their wisdom and their willingness to approach everything with a fresh eye. Kids are probably my biggest teacher. That would probably be, but I try to find inspiration in everything. You know, I have a student recently who kind of started coming occasionally once a month, and then she started coming regularly. After some time, she started to open up with some of the other students, and I kind of would overhear what was going on. And she was going through, later I realized she was going through some job transition and lots of stress. She actually thought that she had kind of bombed a big important interview. And so we talked that day, and when I told her that it wasn't it, because she said, I really messed up. And I said, you didn't mess up. You don't know, you didn't mess up. And she couldn't grasp it. And I just got a note from her because she's moved, and she moved last week. And she just said that that was really pivotal for her. So it's just, we could spend an hour or the rest of our life talking about the list of what we're grateful for. I mean, sometimes it's as simple as just this breath, because without it, we're nothing. This practice and to be able to share it, really, that probably sums it all. My husband makes me laugh all the time. I love a sunny day, and I love the heat. Shocking, I know. I try to, even when I'm having a bad day, find something to laugh at or to smile. So you notice somebody's breath becomes slower and steadier. You notice somebody's body becomes more relaxed. And they also become stronger at the same time. You see people more comfortable in their own shoes, I think. And you can see it in our body on the mat, you can see it in your breath, and then you can see it in the interaction after and before. Then I got stronger and more flexible. And then all of a sudden I got a little happier. I was so busy in my head when I started yoga that I remember the moment when I had a quiet moment. That was really life-changing, and encouraging that to be more than just one moment.
There's something happening here.
I try to do things that scare me, and I'm easily scared. I'm kind of a chicken. I don't really like the ocean, even though I love to be near the ocean. I don't like to be in the ocean. So surfing was a huge, huge deal to me. The Wonder Unders are my very, very favorite, because I was really a fan of groove pants, and I thought I would never like Wonder Under. And with a little coercion, they are now my all-time favorites. The biggest advice I have about practicing is sometimes we get caught in the idea that we have to practice an hour and a half at a studio to get a yoga practice in. And really, it's not that. It can be, but it can be 15 minutes at home, sun salutation. Taking the principles of yoga into your life and taking a breath when things get hairy. Every day, it's a practice, and some days you don't feel like doing it, and you do it. And at the end, you're always glad